Let's see if Freddie gonna be the first one in the house. Who up in here? Somebody up in the house? Who's in here? Well, good morning to you. Two people in the house. Good morning to you. Y'all two ain't gonna get a thumbs up. You just come in here like, let's see what's gonna happen. Ooh, Lord. Freddie in the house first. I knew it. Girl, good morning to you. Good morning. Good morning to you. Well, there was two people in here. They're still in here. They're the Bush people. Yes. Hey, Melody. Good morning. Today's Wednesday morning, you guys. Good morning, Jasmine. Good morning to you. Lisa Taylor, good morning. Marsha Poole, good morning. Belinda says, Father God, thank you for waking us up this morning. You are an awesome God. I give you the praise. I give you only you the honor and the praise. Cover your people today. In Jesus' name, I pray. Amen. Thank you, Belinda. Amen. And I'm in agreement with that. Thank you. I closed my eyes and the chat just went all the way up. Good morning, Stephanie Paul, Jennifer. Good morning to you. Di Rich, Angel, Chrissy, Brown Sugar, Rakia, Wanda, Peggy Toe, Anita, Chrissy. Good morning to you. I was one of the Bush people was praying. Oh. Oh, you was? Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, I got you. Lisa Calhoun, good morning to you. Rakia, Angel, Brown Sugar, Carolyn, Cynthia, Alicia, Freddie, Gloria Bates. Good morning to you, Gloria. Good morning, lovely channel. Good morning to you. You guys, we got 32 people in the house and 24 thumbs up. We doing good. Shamia, Washington, good morning to you. Belinda says, good morning, warrior families. Family, good morning. Good morning. So today's Wednesday, you guys, and it has been a long, long week. We still got 3 more minutes to greet everybody as they come in. I've been tired, and yes, I still haven't slept in 3 days yet, but I'm going to bed as soon as I get off this live. She says, no excuse for child abuse. Oh, that's a nice little saying. No excuse for child abuse foundation. Good. Okay. See you later, alligator. Remember the tag light is out on my car. Okay. Hey, Papa. Papa. You know that white truck that's down there? That white truck that's down there? The white truck, the Dodge. Yeah. Can we get that up and going? Uh, that tow truck's in the way. The tow truck's in the way. Well, I'm thinking about giving it to somebody. So in another town, I'll pay for the transportation, but they don't have a car, and they need a car. So I'm wondering, can we get that truck up and going for them? Okay. All right. Hey, Libby. Good morning. Zan. Good morning. Mildred, Christine, Leslie, Elizabeth, Regina, Carol, Purple and Gold, Lisa Taylor. Zan said, you are such a good person, SP. Well, I try to be, but I don't think I'm good. Only God is good. But I try to be a reflection. Sometimes I do be, sometimes I don't. Hey, you guys, good morning. Um, Thank you, Peggy Toe. Belinda says, no excuses. You guys, Noah's Authentic Designer Handbags. Peggy Toe has got it in the chat. It's in blue. You see the blue link? Click on that blue link and go over there, and so it'll be in your history. Come on back. But that's the link that you go to when you don't want to go catching some of this Corona 19 that's out there, and you want to do a little shopping, a safe shopping. She will hook you up. Not everything over there is expensive. She has some good quality and some good prices on some name brand clothing and authentic designer handbags. And actually, when you buy something over there, 20% of that goes to Warriors for Children. Now, not only that, you get a 20% discount that you are a Warriors for Children. But you got to tell her W4C. It just don't happen. She don't know. So there's a place there when you buy something that's almost getting 40% off, you guys. I mean, you're helping the channel and you're buying something that's good. The prices is good. And plus, not only that, you get a 20% discount. SP, I text you some information on stimulus grants. I got them all, girl, for business. I got them all. They have $50 million from stim. I got them all. I got them all. Girl, I already had hit. I already did all of that. I did all of that. Like, um, I was waiting to see if you was gonna send me some more, cause I'm like, okay, I already got that done. Cocoa butter and yep. Darish said my fingers hurt. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, Shelly. Good morning. Good morning, everybody in the house. We got seventh grade, but I'm gonna try to get some stuff together because we've been waiting on V Honey. I don't know what happened to V Honey. I don't know. Maybe we did something. Maybe I won't say we, you guys. Maybe I did something, and she don't want to come back. I don't know. I don't know. Things like that happen to us all the time. She said, let me get my coffee, my tea. Girl, here's mine. You know why I've been coming on here a little late? Because my hours on Sunday night, Monday night, Tuesday nights unchanged. I told you guys, they gave me an extra day, extra hours. I get 3 extra days, 2 extra hours a day, and an extra day, and an extra $3 per hour. I'm just saying. I mean, I'm just saying. Anyway, Rakia says, also Facebook has grant money for black businesses. I don't have Facebook, Rakia. Maybe I can get some. Anyway, you guys, let's talk a little bit. Today's Wednesday, and we're going to get into some topics. You guys tell me what's on your mind. Tell me what's on your mind. Tell me. Hey, Sky, Blue, what's going on? We're coming on here because I didn't come on here last night, you guys. I still didn't get no, you don't have to have it? How did your phone call go, SP? Okay, well, let's get off into it. God rewarding you for being so good. Well, did you get to the right? Let me tell you what happened, you guys. I may not can share with you what I shared with them right now. I'm thinking about it, but I know that I'm waiting on them to call me back. This is what happened. So the person, when I called, and they were like, "We don't know what you're talking about." Listen, family. This is how it went. So I hung up the phone. I'm already frustrated. So I ended up sitting down and I said, no, devil, no. You're not going to stop me. You're not going to stop me. So I'm going to take the initiative to make sure I reach. Now, I need you guys to listen because I'm not going to say this again. And I don't want to lock this video down. But if I have to, I will. It ain't nothing but a thing. Okay? So I called 911 here in the town I live in. I called 911 and they said, what's your emergency? And I said, because what happened was, let me tell you what happened. I called a number that I had on the sheet because they had gave me a number and said, call this number or something. I called a number and I said, can I speak to the police? And the woman said, you want me to be the police? And it was a black woman. So I'm like, what number did he give me? So I said, I'm just trying to find the police. It was a 215 area code. So it wasn't Philadelphia. And she was like, well, I'll be the police or whatever. I said, oh, ma'am, I'm so sorry. Nah, she says, you want to call the police. It's a really simple number. It's 911. I just hung up. I just hung up the phone. They gave me some kind of random number. Okay? So I said, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing this one. Yeah, it was a really hard day. She said, I love when you lock them down. The rumors, okay, let me stop and go in my corner. Oh, girl. So anyway, I called 911 because she kind of gave me some really good advice. She just said she was really being smart. I told you guys, um, when you deal with different states, they are a whole different mannerism. So she didn't realize somebody gave, I was looking for like the leading investigator on the case, but evidently she just got really ignorant really quick, and I just didn't even have time for it, so I just hung up. So I called 911 and I said, hey, you know, um, I'm here in Kansas. This. We're following this case, the King Hill case, and we got a tip or we got some information, and I'm trying to get it to the right person. Okay? And so the uh, the 911 lady here in town said, "Oh, okay. So what part?" And I said, "Pennsylvania, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, Philadelphia, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, whatever." And so she hooked me up to the 911 over there. Okay? She hooked me up to the 911 over there. And then that lady, she was like, well, after I told her a little, maybe about 3 minutes of the conversation, she says, um, you need to, hey, good morning, Big Mama. Good morning, Sonia Watts. She says, you need to call this number. So she gave me a number. So I hung up with her. I called the number. They can't get mad because it even says to call 911 to give tips. So I did that part. Then, so the police came on. So this is after talking to about 4 or 5 people. I said, look, maybe I need to be talking to homicide, SUV, or SVU, or FBI, or the leading investigator, because I just need somebody to go over some things. And I don't know how important it is or what it's going to be, but you guys can check it out, you know. Thank you, Chrissy. And so they said, okay. So they was like, well, call this number. So I talked to the guy. We were talking, and he was like, he was on homicide. This guy was homicide. I don't know what his name was. I can't tell you what his name was. So I told him the whole story, and he says, so this, you know, this person is, what do you know? And I said, well, you need to go look for yourself, and you'll see. And they said, well, how does this person is I mean, did they tell you they did it? Well, he said, first of all, what are we talking about? Here's the nugget I'm going to share with you guys. I'm going to share it with you. I'm going to share it with you. You guys ready? He says, how do you know? He said, first of all, what are we talking about here? I said, the King Hill case. You know, the 2-year-old that came up missing. Or 3-year-old that came up missing. He says, ma'am, is this a homicide? And I said, yeah. He says, okay. He says, well, when did it happen? I said, well, the stepfather, he reported it on the July the 8th. Here's the nugget. He says, well, let me see what I got here. He said, let me see what I got. And I waited and I waited and I waited. And he comes back to the phone and he says, what's the child's name again? And I said, King Hill. He says, we don't have a King Hill. He says, we don't have a King Hill. I said, this is weird that I'm in a whole different state. This case almost went nationwide. And you're telling me you don't know what I'm talking about? Where the babysitter was supposed to have dropped off this child, and the stepfather called it in, and nobody knows, and it's been on TV. It's been on TV for almost 2 months now. Baby came up missing July the 8th. That's when the stepfather called it in. You don't know what I'm talking about? He says, ma'am, I have no clue. What's the child's name again? Do you guys get that? I said, King Hill. He said, spell it for me. I said, Kinghill. He says, ma'am, I'm sorry. I can't help you. He says, I said, SVU unit is on this. Um, FBI is on this. And I'm talking to you. You saying you're homicide and you don't know about this child? You don't know. You can't lead me in the right direction because evidently I don't know who I'm talking to. You guys don't have y'all stuff together, and I'm trying to help here. I'm trying to help, and I'm getting frustrated because I've already talked to 5, 6 people, and I'm with you, and you're homicide, and you don't even know what I'm talking about. He says, hold on 1 minute, hold on. So then he comes back. He was like, okay, give me your name. Give me your address. Give me what state you're in. Just in case we get disconnected. Um, I'm going to send you, here's a number. Call this number. So I hang up the phone and I call that number. I don't even know who I'm calling now. So Somebody else comes on the line. I tell them the same thing. And they're like, well, I'm not the person to help you. But this person can help you. So let me give you another number. We did that for a good 30 to 40 minutes, you guys. I was really ready to just hang up the phone. It was getting ridiculous. Yeah, it was getting ridiculous. And finally, they gave me to, I don't know what her title was, but I know her name. And I said, okay, let's just call her Hammer. Okay? Miss Hammer. There's a reason why I want to call her Miss Hammer. So let's just call her Miss Hammer. So Miss Hammer comes on the phone. I explained to her who I was. And I was just calling to give her a tip that I think that may help. It may not. I don't know. But just see for yourself or whatever. She was really engaged in the conversation. She knew exactly, she said, not the hammer. Yeah. She knew exactly what I was talking about. Oh, let me not forget. The man before, remember when I was telling you I was getting, right, purple and gold, livid. I was getting livid and I kind of got a little snappy. You know what he said? This is what he said. This is the nugget, because I don't want to go past the nugget that I can give you guys. He says, oh, he said, what was the date? I said, the date was July the 8th. He says, we got a different date here. I thought they came on TV and said that they don't have a mechanism to have a date. But he says we got a different date. Belinda say, what you say? He said they got a different date. He said that's where the mix-up is coming from. There's a different date. What do you mean a different date? You guys came on TV and said you guys don't even have a mechanism for the date, nor the time, or the place. Now you telling me you guys got a different date? A date for what? Date of the incident or date of the thing? That's when he went ahead and hooked me up to Miss Hammer. He says, you need to talk to Miss Hammer. I can't talk to you. Not meaning it, he can't talk to me because we're both kind of, like, what are you guys talking about, Because I think he probably said something he wasn't supposed to say. I'm just saying. That's what he said. That's your nugget. I know people be like, that ain't a nugget. Well, it is a nugget if you really pay attention to it. Because a lot of things you guys are not paying attention to. And if you look, you will see this stuff. But he said a different date, and we're going to talk about that. But I'm going to finish telling you guys what happened. So then after that, and I wasn't going to stop, SP, so he went from not knowing what you were saying to a different date. Exactly, Lisa. How did an officer not recognize the name? Nobody did. Zan, 6, 7 people that I talked to, not one recognized Baby King's name. And that bothered me. Yeah, he said different date. So anyway, Miss Hammer came on the phone and she didn't tell me what her title was, but I knew that she was, probably three letters, you know, either FBI, SVU, or CII, whatever. She's one of the three because she says, "Oh, okay, well, send it to me through Gmail. And I told her, I don't use Gmail. I don't really know. I know how to text you something in Gmail. I know how to write you a letter in Gmail. But to send you what I'm looking at, I don't know how to do that, ma'am. And so she was like, so, you know, we ended up conversating and talking and everything. And so we done that. And so she says that she needs to get back in touch with me. She will. And I really need to get back in touch with her because there was something. By the time I got done telling this story about 9 times, I knew I was going to forget something and I forgot something. So I didn't tell her that part. And maybe I need to tell her that. But then there goes to say, um, I was a little frustrated. Marina, what? How? How was that strange? Hey Sheila, did he tell you the date they had? No, he didn't tell me the date. But I thought about this, and I thought about it, and I said, somebody had put something in the chat yesterday, and they said, when you see something, say something. Baby King has been failed on so many levels. Yeah. Yeah, because first they didn't even know of him in date, right? So I felt some kind of way after, like I said, after having to tell the story about 8 or 9 times and finally getting to the person I needed to get to. I was really exhausted. Maybe they reported him missing on a different date. Could be because remember, they were saying something about the 7th and then they were saying something about the 8th. So it could have been that. But anyway, let me see, is there anything else? Um, so right after all of that, you know, I did conversate with Cody a little bit. I was telling Cody, I was out because I had to go and I had to go to the post office and he had texted me. So I texted him back and I said, Cody, when I get home, I will I will call you. And so I was still out with my grandson because I was cooking a roast, some greens. I didn't get to the candy yams, but hey, I'm going to cook them today. And then not only did everyone fail him as his family, but now this is ridiculous. So I was bringing the groceries in, so I get a phone call. So I answer the phone and I'm like, hello? And it's Cody. And I'm like, hey, Cody. I was like, I was telling you I would call you when I get home. I'm just now making it home. I said, why are you calling me from a different number? He's calling me from a whole different number. I didn't even know it was him. And so we talked. But the hammer told me to just don't say nothing. You know? Don't say nothing. So I was talking to Cody and I said, well, Cody, I can't really speak on it. We are King Hill's boys. Don't give up, SP. Please don't. We are King Hill's voice. This baby needs a voice just like CC. Maybe that's why everyone thinks they will get away with King's disappearance. Yeah, I agree with that, SP. Nah, no matter what, the date they should have known that name. All they do is punch it in his name. Yes, but Linda, I kid you not. If you don't believe me, she said, let me not stress and just listen. Let me tell you. Call up there for yourself and see what'll happen. Call up there talking about, I want some information about whatever, or I got some information and whatever. And see what kind of runaround you're gonna go through. It was the most believable situation I ever had to deal with. First of all, we had a lead in the Malia case. It was a lead. That's all it was. It was a lead. But they had a number that you could call. And I think it was the tip line or anonymous crime stoppers or whatever. And they give you a number and they listen to what you have to say. And you don't never have to go by your name. You don't never have to, none of that stuff. And they they don't even try to figure it out. If they didn't know what you were talking about, they put it together later on or whatever. I don't know. Like I said, you know, somebody came in our on our live in the comment section and went into details about the Malia Davis case. They sure did. I know you guys didn't know it, but they did. And it scared the heck out of me. You know, they wasn't threatening nobody or anything. They just said some things that they should not have known. Like, you know, the baby before she was found, there was toys and stuff with her, certain clothing. Um, I can't remember all what it was. She says, I can't SP it. They are so unaware of a child. Then absolutely should know name. It just don't matter. Well, I'm just telling you. That's what happened, you guys. And it makes me wonder. At first I was like, surely they're still following this case. But like what Cody said, what you call him said, every time when Marv said too, every time when he called him, they be like, oh, he's dead. And you know what? That's what I got out of the whole situation. It was like, what are we talking about this for? What are you, who are you even talking about? I'm like, oh my God. I know, first of all, my English is very clear. So that's not the problem. I literally had to spell out the child's name. And he still did not know of who I was talking about. So are they really looking for this child? I really don't believe they are. Zan says, I just feel as if this case just got swept under the rug. Right. This is why I tell people all the time, it's good to have social media. You have social media and we're all discussing it, not just this channel, that channel over there, that channel over there, that channel over there, Facebook over here, they're over here. When you guys get interested, then they have to. The squeaky wheel do get the oil. But I guess there's not a celebrity that's done came up and says, oh, I'll pay for the baby's funeral or this, that, and the other. Pooh Bear! This is the day that the Lord has made. Let us be glad and rejoice in it. Yes, amen. So anyway, that's how that went, family. That's how that went. And it was very disturbing. I literally, after that, you know, I reached out to a couple of people that I could reach out to, and they kind of just stayed on the phone with me and talked to me because I was a little bit upset. I'm thinking to myself, do they want me to apprehend the people and show them where it's at, what they did, who did what, and hand it to them? Go arrest them, hand it to them, because they wasn't worried. You guys, I'm just telling you. At least on the Malia Davis case, when you called, they knew what you was talking about. They knew. They wanted. They be like, you call down there, you talk to them, talk to homicide down there. Some people on the chat know that we did. We did it several times. We talked to homicide down there and asked them questions, and they answered some questions, and some questions they couldn't answer. But yes, Chrissy, they aren't trying to spend time, money, or resources on King. They're not. So I just wanted you guys to know that. That's why, and I kind of thought it was like that, but I didn't think it was this bad. Because you remember Cody was like, they're not looking or whatever. And then remember Marv was like, every time he talked to somebody, they just say, oh, he gone. They just not. Is it because they know something that they haven't released? And that's only assuming. I'm asking the question. I know we don't know the answer, but I'm just saying, are they acting like that because they know something that they can't share with us? So we're looking at the reaction. That's not the action. I put the direct number in the chat, but I honestly don't know if it would even help if they don't even know his name. Right. Anyway, that was hard. And like I said, after that, Zan said that is exactly how I felt after having people pass out King's Pick passed around in Miami. I felt silly because Miami PD asked me why Philly hadn't contacted them. Oh my God. They're not. That's why I said we need to give King Hill a voice. We are his voice. This is a very difficult case from the rest of the cases. It's unacceptable. It is. It's like they don't care about our kids. Belinda, I don't believe they do. Stephanie Paul says Amber and Cody needs to demand to know what's going on with the case. I know. In one of the interviews, the police said King was deceased when they reported him missing. That told me they knew more then that they were saying. Right. Shemaya, you're right. He did. He said that King was gone way before he was reported gone. You're right. Zan said, made me feel stupid. Zan, trust me, I was ready. When that one man was like, well, ma'am, okay, you want us to look at it, and do you know that person? And I'm like, no. Well, what did they do? Why should we look at it? And I'm like, man, it's a tip. Well, did they tell you they did something? Did you see it? I'm thinking to myself, I'm ready to get off the phone. Usually when you're asking the community to help you, and any kind of information, no matter how silly it sounds, just put it out there. Let us be the judge how silly it is. That's how they should be. But I'm not going to tell somebody what to do at their house. I'm just saying I would think that's how it would be. I have a couple of questions. Yes, if the parents are not pushing it, they won't care. Emma is going to definitely need a good lawyer and a private investigator. Yeah, you guys, Marv last seen King in person when? Um, I think it was like I don't remember. I don't remember the last like. Are you talking about the face to face video doing FaceTime with him, or are you talking about because remember he didn't see him like on the 22nd, all the way up until his disappearance, but he was FaceTiming him, and I think he said the last time he FaceTimed him was I think it was on the 4th. I may be wrong, but I think he said the 4th. And then after that, she didn't FaceTime him the next day. And she was like, she's just taking a break. Remember, Tiana was like, I'm just taking a break. And he was like, okay. And he was like, why is King sounding like that? She was like, he just woke up and he's eating. I said, Marv, are you sure it was him? He said, yeah. I was like, I'm sorry. It really hurt him when I said that. So I backed off. No, last time seen him in person. I'm thinking it was the 22nd, Belinda. I don't know for sure. I don't think I asked him that question. If I did, I don't remember it. Marv needs to get a good lawyer. Okay, you guys, we're buffering. Do you think uh, because everyone seems to not be doing enough to find out what happened or where this baby's at. Do you think they will somehow look into the information you gave them? Oh, Regina, they're looking. They're looking. They're looking. I'm just saying it was good information, but I don't know if it's going to lead them anywhere, But, you know, I thought this. Somebody put in the chat the other day, they said, you see something, say something. So that's what I did. See something, I say something. Some people be like, oh, well, you know, your private information is out there, or this is going on. People seeing your name and stuff. They can come and get you or whatever. You know, no, you're not gonna stop me from trying to help um, on this case. No matter what. No matter what. If I was scared, I wouldn't do anything. If I was scared, I wouldn't do anything. My husband would always say, you scared, go to church. And like I said, the best way for me to go out of this world is doing the right thing and doing what my spirit tells me to do. I don't want to go out any other kind of way. I don't want to go out on an accident. I don't want to go out because of a plane crash. I don't want to go out because somebody ran into my house. But if you want to take me out for doing what my spirit, my inner spirit is telling me to do, try to help this baby, then that I'd rather go out that way. And that's the same thing I told my daughter. Do I think it will help? I don't know. You know, though, one thing that came to my mind last night, because I thought about it last night, and you know how sometimes you may not think it's nothing. They can zoom right in there and see stuff that the naked eye can't see, you know? So when people are saying, is this and that, they can see it for exactly what, like I said, they got the tools that can see a head of a penny in a field of grass. So, can it help? I don't know it can help or not. But if we can get them to keep looking, I think that'll help, if nothing else. Keep his name, keep his name on their tongue. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. Philadelphia took my kids from me, and I got 2 out of 3 of them. I have 14-year missing son lost in Philadelphia system. I'm looking for my child. No answers from Philadelphia's child services. Oh, Tanique, brown sugar. Tasha says we're praying for you. Tasha, I don't believe they're looking either. But sometimes we'll be like, well, it probably wasn't no really, really strongly because, you know, you know, and it could be. It can be the lead that'll lead to the lead to the lead to the lead to the lead to bingo. You never know. So I'm gonna think positive about it. But trust me, I wish I could say that you know how sometimes you can get something and but it is a guaranteed guaranteed lead. So just pray about it, you guys. And that's all I have to say about it. Maybe if we keep holding them accountable, they will be forced to keep looking, praying. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. So that's why I was telling you guys the other day. Just stay focused because everything is coming out. Everybody is trying to get us. Oh, talk about this kid. Oh, we're gonna give out some personal information. Oh, your job's gonna call you 15 minutes, 20 times or whatever. Oh, here come your grandbaby. Where's the shoes? Oh, your storage unit just got burnt up. All kind of stuff been hitting me. And you know what I say? I say, bring it. I don't care. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord. I'm not going to give up. I might even put his picture out there a little bit more. How about that? Since Marv has no legal claim to King, they might not give him as much as they give Amber. Remember, her mother said she don't want to hear anymore. Maybe she can request more information. They're supposed to walk her through this because I guarantee you some of that information, Carbion, I don't know who that is. They need to call Tim from Equisearch. He is good. I know who you're talking about, Tasha. Robin says read. My job wants to know, do I want to do another shift tomorrow night? Not tonight, but tomorrow night. I might swing that sucker. I might swing it. You guys, my chick's been getting fat. I ain't gonna lie. I am not gonna lie. I'm tired. I'm tired as heck, but hey. Hmm. How can Marv get a DNA test without King? He just need his hair. You can find his hair in a brush or something. He can get DNA off of his toothbrush too. Contact Tim from EquiSearch. I think when Tim goes out, I think he's got a really high success rate. But um, one thing I do know when they was on the Malia Davis case, and remember somebody had told Cornell X, allegedly Darion told Cornell X where the baby was. That's why he sneaked into the jail when there was no visitations and not even the people supposed to visit. But he said, sue me. I did it. Anyway, nevertheless, he said Darion told him, allegedly told him where to find. He was way off. They were already searching over there. There was another guy named David Shives or something that was in jail with Darion that told them 3 times that Darion had told him where the baby was. And did you guys not remember? They went down the road like 20, 30 miles, and then the people were out there not searching, but they were cutting grass. They said there was a very foul odor out there. A bag. They said, leave it. They ran over it. Now, who does that? You got this real expensive lawnmower. Those lawnmowers are like $30,000, $40,000 lawnmowers. You don't know what was in that bag. Why would you run over it? That didn't make sense to me. I'm still mad that BB is still walking free. So the police are going by what T. Park's word without investigating. I remember that from the Malia case, yeah. Marv's daughter should have his and Amber DNA. Right, but that's a whole different child. Everybody's is different. Everybody's DNA is different, Freddie. If you're trying to find King's DNA, you can't get it from his sister. You'll have a DNA that says she's related, really close related, if that's his son. I know Marv looks like that baby with those features. I know. I cannot get over, and I know people. I know. I'm a visual person, and I cannot get over the color though, because I'm looking not because the child is light and Marv is dark. I cannot get over the color because I'm looking at Amber's color, I'm looking at Marv's color, and now I'm looking at Denver's color, and they've had a child together before, and I know it is not written in stone that child could come out which way or the other. I'm just saying for me, I just, I'm not going to put my 2 cents in it because I'm thinking that the child should be more of Denver's color. I just think that. But I don't believe that the biological dad is King's dad. I don't believe that. That I don't believe. But they always say mama's baby, daddy's maybe. I mean, Amber knows. That doesn't mean like everybody that has a baby tell the truth who the daddy is. Sometimes people don't even know who the daddy is. Then they look up. You see him on Maury's show or you see him on Jerry Springer. They say, you're not the dad. And she go, oh, oh. And she falls on the ground. Then she runs in the back. And she was like, oh, oh, oh. Girl, one thing you know is you shouldn't have been doing it to 2 or 3 people on the same date. And you wouldn't have that problem. because everybody else know who they done it to in the last month. You don't do it to two, three people in the same month. I mean, the same week or the same day. That's called nasty. And now you sitting there all embarrassed going, oh, oh, he's not the father. Then you go drag another man on. Girl, get up. She already brought five. Exactly. Sonya Watts. And she already brought five other men on there. And she's still acting like, could there be anybody else? Let's give her a name. Could there be Barbara? Could there be anybody else? She's like, maybe the mailman. Maybe, maybe my mother's boyfriend. My boss. Here, my best friend's husband. They say next episode on Jerry Springer, we're gonna bring her best friend's husband on. Tune in, everybody, and y'all, we all be there looking at the husband, her best friend's husband. That's how that works. But no, she said it right. She was like, she done already tested five people, and she's still acting a nut. Exactly. Paternity court is my guilty pleasure. So many. I love paternity court too. I do too. You guys, we've been on here for 1 hour. Marcel was on there 11 times. Am I saying her name right? Marcel was on there 11 times with different guys. The audience knew her by name. Oh my goodness. I knew there was a couple of them like that. One man was convinced the baby was too light to be his, but it was. Oh yeah, yeah. It's always a chance. You know what I'm saying? Because them grandparents do can, you know, sometimes it'll skip a generation, and you sometimes your grandparents, that baby can look like those grandparents or whatever. And when you look at a kid like that, if you're gonna look at him or whatever because you're dark and this one's light or whatever, whatever, whatever. And I'm only saying this because we see that right now in my family. Um, we've got really strong genes in my family, and my son's dad, he got really strong genes in his family. He denied that child the whole entire time I carried him. But when I had that baby, his father came up to the hospital and he said, "That is my grandson." I said, "You know it." And for like 2 years, he signed the birth certificate and everything. He was paying child support or whatever. Then he came back to town because he was living in Oklahoma, in Tulsa. And see, when he changed states living, they granted him to get a paternity test. If you lived in the same state and you signed the birth certificate, it's just automatically you can't do that. But he lived in a different state, so he told the judge he wasn't able to because now he's in state. So they was like, okay, you got to give him a paternity test, and I was so mad. Matter of fact, he calls me up the day before, and he says, "SP, I didn't go do it." He says, "I was tripping." He said, "I didn't go take the test, so you ain't got to go take the test." He said, "I was tripping." He said, "I had my family got in my head, had me tripping." And I said, "Why would you put your son through this?" And this is when they did it by blood. It ain't all that hair and swabbing and stuff. They did it by blood test. And I said, "Why would you put your son through this? You've been taking care of him for 2 years. I done brought him up there to you 20 times every weekend. You know, that stuff costs money. You think I'm just going to let him be with anybody And now you telling me, he said, SP, my family got in my ear. I'm sorry. He said, I'm going to buy you lunch or whatever and everything. Let's go out to eat tomorrow or something. I said, no, I'm all right. I'm going to go lay down. I went and laid down. Called my mom, told her what he said. My mom was like, She said, what are you going to do? I said, I'm going to take that test tomorrow. The judge ordered it. The judge ordered it. Forget what he talking about. And guess what? I took the test. We went back to court. I'm standing in front of the judge, and I'm saying, Judge, he's talking about he want this, he want these holidays, he want those holidays. He didn't even go take the test. He don't even know if this child is his. I said, you ordered us to take the test. I went and took the test. He didn't even take the test. You know what the judge told me? He said, what are you talking about? He took the test. I said, no, he called me and told me he didn't take the test. He looked on the paper. He said he took the test at 2:15. I went back on my phone. He called me at 2:30. He knew if I didn't go take the test, he didn't have to pay child support. Trust me, people play those games. I was going to do it anyway because you know what? I wasn't going to have somebody say, she didn't do this, she didn't do that. The judge ordered it. It's an order. It's a court order. He was trying to get out of paying that child support because if you don't go do the test, they can't make him pay child support. Yeah. I just wanted to tell you guys because I know people do stuff like that. I'm finna get off of here. We're 2 minutes into the hour, you guys. We're going to come on at 5 o'clock this evening. I know you guys are going to have some questions about what we just talked about. And we'll get into it. I am going to go lay down. I've been 3 days without sleep. So you guys, make sure you go to Nora's Authentic Designer Handbags. Tell SP News Nuggets sent you. Make sure you look at those Michael Kors and that Versace that's over there and that Prada that's over there because it be banging, you guys. And you will get a discount of 20% if you use your W4C code. Tell SP sent you. I'll see you guys later this evening. Bye.